Mike, what are you eating? That looks amazing.
Oh, this? It's just a delicious Elsinore burrito from El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Is that nacho cheese sauce and hot Cheetos?
Nacho cheese, hot Cheetos, and their mouth-watering carne asada. And I'm dipping it in their creamy guac.
Creamy guac. Yum.
Giggity.
I guess this is a great time to remind everyone that if they're ever in the Inland Empire area, visit Ray at El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Yeah, totally. Check them out on Facebook.com/Ranchito Elsinore.
Or on their Instagram at Ranchito Elsinore.
Now I want me some Elsinore burrito and some of that creamy guac.
Giggity.
I can always give you some of my creamy guac, Jake. Just ask.
El Ranchito Taco Shop, Lake Elsinore.
More than just great Mexican food. Well, you guys.
What's up,
Oh my fuckers? Hi,
Guess.
bitches.
What's up, sausage fingers?
No, his is what's up, fuckers.
Yeah.
Mine is hi, bitches.
And mine is what's up, sausage fingers?
I don't like.
I don't
it.
like that.
Yeah,
That's
me neither.
good. That's not good.
We're gonna have to
Very
revisit
interesting
that.
approach.
Would you like an egg in this troubling time?
An egg.
Oh, it's always sunny.
Wait,
Very
so
good.
let it come naturally. So it's what's up, fuckers?
Hey, bitches.
Would you like an egg in this
Oh
troubling
my
time?
fucking god.
This is Customer States Podcast, where we talk
is.
about everything in the automotive industry.
Hi, Allie. Hi, Allie.
Allie, give it a go.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
You know, if you could think of something along the lines of like what you hate that techs do not right in
I
warranty.
can think of what I hate that service writers do and what techs do, actually. Oh, look at that. Especially on podcasts. What's up, guys? This is Customer States Podcast, where we talk about everything in the automotive industry and make fun of Allie.
Hashtag
Hey,
about.
what about shut the fuck up, let me talk?
After she introduces herself?
Yeah, there's an order.
Who are you?
I am Allie Paul. I am an administrator of warranties and such. And to my left is a very special guest that we need every Friday.
Oh yes.
We can't do it without them.
Oh, guys,
Four
thanks so
special
much.
guests.
Oh, fuck you.
And I'm going to
We're gonna crack these bitches open.
a little late in the game, but
Wait,
still
hold on.
good.
When Allie first
Excuse me.
unbuttoned my pants, that's the noise I made.
Man,
Hashtag sell the bell.
this
Hashtag
White
something
Claw hard seltzer that we're totally sponsored by.
Bitch, you stole mine. I wanted the black.
You
one.
delicious.
You
Here.
did, to be fair, you did hand it to her.
What? No,
I
she put
handed
them
you
down.
this.
You did.
And
That's
then
what
you
you
set
handed
it
it
on
back.
the
Oh,
table.
I handed her the wrong one.
You
Here,
did.
you have this
I'm a
one.
bitch. No, it's fine. I got it. I've got my hard seltzer and I've got my Flum-Float. My Flum-Float.
Hey, Allie, who am I?
To my left is a guy who we all know.
He's pretty fucking badass.
He's pretty fucking cool, you guys.
You're so cool, Brewster. Hashtag sell the bell.
And his name is Jake Rikus.
That's me.
Ooh. I'm mildly turned on right now.
He only had to use one finger.
Yeah,
That's all it takes.
As said previously, what's up, fuckers? It's me. It's Jake. I'm here.
I'm queer.
You're queer.
No, I am.
Oh, sorry.
So, sorry. It's me. No.
You said
I'm
you're
here. I'm here. He's
I'm
queer.
Get used to it.
She's used to it.
And my name is
I-
Mike.
So, I'm a service advisor, and I just hit my 3-year anniversary a couple of weeks ago.
Congratulations, my dear.
Yes. And
Speaking of drag, Amy, are you watching All Stars?
are you watching All Stars?
She knows what I'm talking about. Hi, Amy.
And you'll hear about it more, but I got a raise, everybody.
Congratulations. Well deserved.
That's super fancy.
Yeah, it was about 6 inches.
6 inches is quite a raise.
That is quite a raise.
That's quite a bit. That's like,
That's more than average.
that's
Is it?
more than double than some.
Double mint gum.
What?
I don't know.
You
Doubled
lit
in some-
liquor.
You cootie queen.
So, anyways, to my left, the man who always has the drab stare, like, you guys are such a disappointment. This is supposed to be nothing. We are not allowed to have fun here.
Hashtag terminal disappointment.
The
Terminal disappointment.
the
Hold on,
one
that's gonna be a new one.
the
Ooh, put that in the title.
the one and only, always disappointed, no fun to be having here, Mike Sarah.
Oh my God. Hashtag sound the bell. Hi, Mikey.
Hello, my name is Mike Sarah. I am the one with terminal disappointment. I am the senior master technician, shop foreman, and transmission technician in my mind at the dealership that I currently work at. So it's been a
Potential
great
future
time.
boss. Hashtag sound the bell.
Tread lightly, my friend.
That's right. No,
Would you go for that position?
I've got to fuck it. No, I'd quit. I love you, Mikey, but
Anyway, to each their own. Don't yuck another man's yum.
indeed.
So moving forward.
You're all, and to be fair, you're too good at what you do.
To be fair.
Flum-Float.
That's my line.
Should we explain what Flum-Float is,
No,
or
I don't
just
No,
let it
I
happen?
don't know what that is,
No,
and I don't care to know.
Flum-Float.
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 Mikey was so gracious tonight to get to purchase me my first vape.
It's also a Swedish sex toy, the Flum-Float.
No. Anyway, so the side of this vape says, I was corrected by Alaire. It's Flum-Float. Flume as in like smoke.
Yes.
But I read it as Flum-Float because it's much more fun that way.
Flum-Float.
It's my Flum-Float. And if it was Flume, it would have the 2 dots over the U.
And mine is a supreme.
Do you know what that's called?
Umlaut.
And
2 dots over the U.
it is an umlaut.
Sorry.
Do you know what the dots at the end of our name is?
It's an ellipsis.
Customer States Podcast. ...
Rudy.
So,
Rudy.
I'm not
Speaking of Rudy,
Rudy.
Did
Rudy.
Eric say who he was?
No.
Oh, shit.
I'm the podcast gay.
oh no, you're much better
You're
than
more
that.
than that.
I want to be the podcast
Okay,
gay.
well, you're
You
the
can do
whole
that as
podcast
well.
gay.
However, you're more than just a gay person.
Would you two quit trying to take this from this poor man? Woman, sorry.
Oh, thank you. Either way, I identify
Man,
as
woman,
both.
child, sir.
Man, woman, child, sir.
Hey, you.
Drag queen extraordinaire.
No, not yet.
Baddest bitch alive.
Oh, yes. I love that name you put me in your is your phone.
Well, Jake had all the fun with the ferocious.
The ferocious.
I am the
I'm the
ferocious.
bodacious.
You are the
I'm
bodacious.
still picking a name for you,
And Jacob is the infamous.
The infamous.
Yes.
and I'm the Nazi.
I'm also known as the Flum-Float.
And I'm Eric Montenegro.
He's a beautiful butterfly.
I'm a beautiful bumblebee. I am
Heinrich.
I am a certified
Certified.
Ford technician, bitches. Suck on that, Dale. And everybody else who likes to give me a hard time. I now have my certifications in heavy line and diesel.
Congrats.
Thank you very much.
You have
I completed
one
my
fucking
certification.
God, you're gonna yuck us yum.
I completed the diesel cert too. I just got
I'm,
the diesel cert.
I'm very proud of
So,
you.
Thank you very much. And the boss was very proud of me as well. I have those certifications. I still will continue going on to achieve my mastery in the field.
Your
But
master
as of
plan.
right now, I can continue doing work and getting paid for it.
Yes.
That's always a plus.
That is the important
Yes.
thing here.
Also, everybody,
Thank
if you know that this episode is a tiny bit spicier than usual, we had tequila before this.
Oh, we did.
And it was technically not courtesy of Roy Fernandez.
It was courtesy of me.
Not this time. It was. Thank you, Jake.
yeah.
And all of your new money.
Jacob,
Well, not quite.
Jacob, thank you very much for that. And Roy, I hope you enjoy your red sheet. Let's continue forward.
Wow. Shots fired.
So you know how Michael always wears many hats?
He does.
I happen to wear a multitude of hats this past week.
Did you?
I did. So
What hats?
If you bitch different ways, does that still count as multiple different things?
it's a talent.
You can have a gray hat and a pink hat, the same style, but there's still two different hats.
They
Same
are.
principle.
Exactly.
Gray and pink are different colors, Jacob.
Yeah. It changes the vibe.
really
Just
does.
like my
Michael,
various
you know
bitchings.
I'm colorblind, you prick.
I am actually
I don't know if you are colorblind.
He's not. He claims to be.
Yeah.
I have horrible color acuity. Anyway, automotive podcast.
Moving on.
So I wore a bunch of different hats. So there was a situation where our office manager went on vacation, and then the second in command, one of my very good friends, April, who does a bunch of stuff in the office.
Hi, April.
She tore a muscle in her knee. And she stood up from her chair, tore her muscle, froze, couldn't move.
And her stump.
And I had to wheel her to the stairs.
And push her down.
I would never do that to April.
I love you, April.
Luckily, an office is filled with wheelchairs. So that's a good thing.
You mean wheeled chairs?
Yes.
Not wheelchairs.
There-
wheeled chairs.
There are chairs with wheels.
Office chairs.
So it's a wheelchair. Wheeled chair.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Because for a second there, I thought of wheelchairs. And I'm like, why do you have a bunch of wheelchairs?
There's just a lot
Ellie,
of old people at my dealership.
Apparently.
Ellie, you know what I thought about the dealership we work at and those stairs? You know, if we hired a handicapped person that could not use their legs,
Well, they
They would have an office downstairs.
but if there
You
wasn't,
just have to be able to accommodate.
oh, what if they couldn't?
They would have to.
There's literally
I
an
know.
open office. I've been trying to vie for it for a while now.
You should, when you go in for your raise,
We can cut off your legs.
why don't you pitch for that?
Maybe
Go-
just one leg, and then you can call me Eileen.
Hey!
Oh my God. Hashtag sell the bell.
She took that from our turtle. We have a tortoise with 3 legs.
It's a
We
very
call her
common
Eileen.
dad joke.
That's awesome.
So when you go and you ask for your raise, you should do the same thing you're going to do. Ask for high, then say, cut the bull crap. This is what I need. And go, also, can I use this office when I need to get my work done and there are too many distractions?
I think you should apply for the advisor position.
Jake doesn't think I can handle it.
No. I never said you can't handle
words.
it. I said it is not worth it.
Oh yeah. Oh.
It is not fucking worth it. It's not.
So we are all friends here, and not just
And lovers.
not just us.
Two of us.
Not
Wait,
just
just two of us.
You want to
sure
go in the
about
back
that?
room?
not just us in the studio,
sure about
but
that?
all of our listeners. We are all friends here.
You want to go play Naked
Yes, we
Twister?
are.
You
Whoa.
kind
I do.
of want to stay away as far away from the customer as you can,
100%.
unless you're a service advisor by trade.
Correct.
Service advisors, they have the ability.
Advised services.
Well, it's water off a duck's back, and when one customer tells you that you were the worst piece of shit they've ever talked to,
Cheers, baby.
yeah, and you have to remember that the previous 15 customers said that they love you, and they would do anything for you. So
I'm always
you have to
coming
be
back
that
here.
person.
Well, when
Allie,
I worked
you-
at the
you
deli,
crumb-
I literally had customers tell me that I was a piece of shit.
Not the same.
It
So
really isn't. We're talking thousands of dollars here versus 20.
true.
People get crazy about
do.
vehicles, especially
they
when it's something
do.
that they don't know.
And, Allie,
Everyone knows a slice of ham or a sandwich or something like that, but nobody knows about a catalytic converter or a
Corned
throttle
beef.
body or whatever.
Not everyone knows
And
about a turkey club.
I love you to
Right?
death.
Oh, don't talk to me about clubs.
I love you to death. I really do. But like what I said that made you very angry today, that was not very bad at all.
But I don't know those people. Hearing it from you is different.
See, that's where you're wrong. When you
Lovers
hear it
quarrel.
from a completely different stranger that has only known you for about a half an hour of their life and your life, and they unload on you, it's not the easiest thing to get used to.
I could get used to that. I could get used to that. Yeah. Hashtag sell the bell.
Master a no, never mind.
Oh, moving on.
So
Tossing rope.
So being customer facing, talking about that, that is part of my many hats that I ended up wearing because everyone was gone and I had to cashier. And I haven't cashiered in 13 years.
Which is, I'm sure, a rough position to get back into.
That was a clusterfuck.
It
Yeah.
was so gnarly. I was wonderful. All the customers loved me.
You're always wonderful.
Especially the customer that I accidentally gave free wiper blades to.
Oh, shit.
I'm trying my best. Like, I don't sit down there and none of the discounts and all of that, none of that is in the computer.
Nope.
It is all manually done.
Yep.
So if you forget about this or that, like it's over. And it was just a huge clusterfuck.
Finish
And
him.
when customers would come up, the service writers hadn't even turned in the tickets yet.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm
then
not
he
waiting
couldn't
for you.
even find it. So they
I
brought
was-
it up at the
Service
last
advisor.
minute.
I was in the office.
Jake came over. He was pulling up cars, helping customers. It was
Jesus.
crazy. Everyone went home at like 4:30, and then the girl who was supposed to work,
Had some stupid bullshit
she
excuse
was
because she
dizzy
sucks.
and she was worried about going home.
Fuck out of here.
And then I had my other coworker who actually knows how to do the cashier position. Her son was waiting for her in her car and had to go pee and couldn't go in the dealership.
The one with the dizzy, that
Everything you're doing
actually
is
can
bad.
somewhat believe she's just
Nonsense
has
and
health
love it.
issues. But the one with the whole excuse with the son in the car, fuck that bitch. You know who you are, and if you hear this, I don't give a fuck.
She will, and whatever.
No, she needs to quit doing that crap. I don't take that. Your son's in the car. He's a fucking teenager. He'll be fine.
You can go to the restroom inside like
There's
normal.
and he didn't want to come inside.
Exactly.
Because stop being a little bitch. He's being a little bitch.
So
And anyways, I don't know a single teenager that doesn't want alone time away from their fucking parents.
In their car watching porn.
And then the credit card machine went down 2 days later, and I had to stay for an extra hour and a half to play IT. So that was exciting.
Hey, Georgie.
Oh, no.
Hey there,
Moving forward.
You like some popcorn?
So how shitty is your car? Rudy said your car's a piece of shit.
No, he didn't. Rudy was.
Rudy did say that to me a couple times.
He's very clever, by the way, because I don't give him enough credit for
Is
that.
he a clever girl?
And
Who is Rudy to you?
Clever girl.
Rodolfo,
Yeah.
he's a coworker.
Rudy.
He's Mikey's baymate.
Hey, mate.
Hey,
Hey,
mate.
Hey, baymate.
baymate.
Anyways, so I picked him up earlier in a beautiful Raptor because I felt what I thought was a transmission concern. So I
Compelled.
I wanted to take him for a ride.
Eric thinks he's got a concern with the vehicle.
Well, I wanted to verify if it was or if that was a normal operation. Long story short, it turned out it was normal operation, but it's not the point of the story. So we're leaving the dealership.
I thought it was customer educated, not technician educated.
So look, bitch. You're.
Hey,
Save
I
it for the
never
podcast.
wait, Eric,
wait.
I never take shots at you ever because I love
Flum-Float.
you.
Flum-Float.
Sell the bell.
So as we're pulling out of the dealership, my truck happened to be parked right there at the curb as we pulled out of the driveway. I wasn't paying attention because I was looking at traffic because there's construction going on in front of the dealer.
Oh right, yep.
And so we're making the turn, and he just casually, because I'm looking at the road and everything going on around me, he goes, "Oh my God." He said, he points off to the right, which again, I only saw my peripheral, and he goes, "Hey, I heard the guy that owns that truck is gay and sucks dick." I'm like, "What? Yeah, I looked over real quick.
Give me his number.
That's exactly my response. And he goes, and it's pointing at my truck. I'm like, "Oh, fuck you." But that I was actually, I gave him props. I was like, "That was pretty good. Well done." And I was like, "I'm adding that to my podcast notes, and we're talking about it tonight."
I love it.
Rudy's a good kid. He's pretty
It
fun.
was very clever. Hi, Rudy.
Rudy.
Anyways, who's chasing money? I want some money. Can I have
Yeah.
some money?
I chase money, and I actually got some.
You did.
Congratulations.
That'll come later, though.
That was a bit about you, but I wanted to start
Gotcha.
preface with saying that we have a little bit of time right now, so I kind of wanted to talk about how that fell on the floor, but we always have technicians that are always chasing the dollar.
The dragon.
Dragon.
Don't chase the dragon. I watched a Hallmark movie about it. It's not good. Lifetime.
Lifetime.
You got a Dateline face.
We always see people that have, some service manager calls them up and says, "Hey, I'm going to give you this crazy raise to come over here and do the same job for me. And, everything is going to be great. You're going to have 7 bays to yourself and, 2 trainees and blah, blah, this, that, and the other." And it's, they're all
about Michael.
Yeah, they're all brand new lifts, and the stalls were just painted. I mean, they entice
Painting
you.
this beautiful picture.
Yeah, they entice you with all of these goals that are not true, and they want you to come by. And
Not all that glitters is gold, babies.
the problem that I see all the time is, people are always chasing like that extra $1 an hour, and I feel like it doesn't look good as the employee to move around to different shops
Too many
all the
times.
times versus the fact that Eric
Thank
wants
you.
the silver bell.
Thank you. Yes.
No, I
'Cause I'm gonna touch on
agree
that,
with
what you
you.
were talking about.
There's a certain thing to be said about loyalty to the place that you're at currently, and the
Absolutely.
grass isn't always greener on the other side. But
Amen.
yes, I know that there's the opportunity for people to grow and
Preach.
expand. And
You hear that,
it's-
Eric? Grow and expand.
I'm an expert at that. I am the expert.
It's a very hard thing to.
Indeed it is.
It grows and expands and it's hard.
Hashtag sell the bell.
I keep getting caught in this loop of. Anyway, it's a very difficult thing to try and figure.
I thought you were going to say difficult thing to swallow and like it's too easy.
No. I'm not over that. So it's a very difficult thing to try and understand for yourself as far as like how would I benefit from this situation overall? Is it better to cleanly cut my tie from this place and move on to the next place, or should I work it out here with this other deal? And there is no right or wrong answer. It's purely up to you. But I've had so many people come up to me over the years and ask me like, hey, they're offering me this, or they're offering me that, or, I got this offer here. What do you think? Man, if I had that offer, I don't know what I'd tell you, but.
He's talking about me.
And
I'm not going to lie. I called Mike.
Well, and
I
in
did.
general-
next week, we're going to know.
I did. I called Mike because I needed his.
You didn't call me.
You're usually busy.
I would always answer your call.
Aw.
Well, Eric always answers Jake's call, but
That's
Eric
funny
was
because I
busy.
called Eric today and he didn't answer my call.
Because he had a dentist finger in his mouth.
Was it his finger?
Is that what we call it now?
Oh, you bitches. I walked into that. That was my fault.
Yeah, well, technically it just walked into you.
Do not come. Okay, moving on.
Come, moving on. But anyways, yeah, I called Mike. I asked him a couple of questions just because I knew that he would help me because I didn't quite have the answer for myself.
Help is probably not the best word, but
You
Advise.
cleared up a couple of
Advice.
things that I don't have the experience to feel comfortable answering myself.
You just needed the reassurance.
Sure.
one way or the other.
Right. Do you... What?
Kind of to touch on what Mikey was talking about, the technicians that are always chasing that dollar.
We've alluded past this whole fact, so you're gonna have to talk about this in the
Indeed,
second half.
yeah,
but-
we keep
Yeah, I will.
touching on that, but don't worry. There's going to be a whole
tip.
20-minute conversation about Jake's raise. Just the tips. But
Flum-Float.
I was actually talking to a friend today, and he was telling me about this job that I asked him, actually, I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing for work now again? And he's like, I told you before. I'm like, yeah, but you change jobs all the time, so I don't remember what you're doing. No, I don't. Yes, you do. And it turned into this giant argument. How he's like, well, I was at this job for a year. I'm like, okay, a year? He's like, but then I did this job and that was 5 years. And then I did this job for that was 8 months. And then I did this job. That was a year and a half. I'm like, you don't hear yourself. I'm like, you don't understand. I said, and he goes, but this job that I'm at now, he's saying he's unhappy. Like every fucking job he's at. And I love this guy so much. I really do. And he doesn't listen to podcasts anyway, so I don't care. So he's going on and on about these things. How there's favoritism and that he's not cool enough for the kids at work and blah, blah, blah. And he's going on. I don't like it. I'm going to look for something else. I'm like, you're always changing jobs. I asked him, I said, when will the next job be enough? When will the job you're at be enough? I said, let me tell you something. I said, you're going to find all that shit No matter where you go, it doesn't matter where you're gonna go. There's gonna be some form of favoritism. There's gonna be somebody who doesn't like you. There's gonna be something there that you don't like. No matter where you go, the grass is not always greener on the other side.
Yep.
I said, at what point are you gonna put on your big boy pants and you're gonna accept it for what it is? That this is just the way the world works. That's just the way that businesses are. The only way that you're going to escape that is if you go and work for your fucking self.
Amen.
I said, until you go, hashtag sell the bell.
Preach.
Until you go and work for yourself, you're going to deal with this no matter where you go. He's like, well, yeah, I hear you, but let me tell you something. Every job I've taken has been a step up for me and this and that, and keep going. Yeah, but look at your resume. I said, you have 15 fucking jobs on your resume in the past 10 years. I said, you know how many I've had? 2.
Right.
I've had 2 jobs.
Right. Yeah.
I said, come on. It's ridiculous. I said, but I digress. And he just went on in this 25-minute conversation trying to justify his reasonings and why he goes from place to place and blah, blah. I'm like,
Who are you trying to convince, me or you?
well, I'm like...
Loyalty is still important to some businesses.
Loyalty is of the
Huge.
utmost importance.
Huge.
You know, when I was in my management position and I would get an interviewee and I look at the resume and I see 20 fucking places on their resume, I'm like, you have
red
no
flag.
stability whatsoever.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not. This is the person that's going to call out for stupid bullshit. I
Yeah.
have a headache. I can't come in.
I don't want somebody
Fuck
that's,
out of here.
yeah, I
That
don't want
sounds
somebody that's
familiar.
looking for, the greenest pasture around. You know,
They
I want
want
somebody
they
that's
want to do the least amount of work and get paid the most amount of money. Isn't that what everybody in the world
well,
wants?
we
But
all,
you know
yes,
what?
of course, we all want that. but-
Yes, but we all have to actually put in work for our money. Go figure.
You said the term work. What does that mean?
You know, well, until you get to that point in your life
When
to
you
where,
stop making excuses and put your dick in the dirt and do it.
you know, you have to do that. The wealthiest men had to do that at one point. They started from the ground up. They started their own business. They were wrenching. They were doing whatever they had, getting their hands dirty. And they did that for 15 or 20 years. And guess what? Now they don't have to because the business runs itself. They get to go fly their planes and go on their boats and take their month-long vacations and do whatever the fuck they want because they put in that work. They put in that work early on in their life. You have to do that too. You're not going to get anywhere in fucking life constantly complaining and switching from job to job.
Correct.
And you know what? They probably didn't bitch about it every single fucking step of the way either.
No, for
you know
sure
what?
not.
When you wake up in the morning, you get to decide if you're going to have a good day. No one can take that from you.
Amen. A fucking men. Bitch.
Hallelujah.
Your day is dictated by your attitude. All right. You may have some things that come along and interrupt your day,
Horrible
your positive
jobs,
vibe,
terrible customers,
people at your work,
whatever.
coworkers, shop foremans, whatever. I love you, Mikey. I'm kidding. No, but seriously, it's all how you take
No,
it.
stay, don't leave.
No, don't. I was
leave.
kidding. It's all
He was
about
talking about
how
other
you,
shop foremans.
Indeed, I was. If you
Also
let,
named Michael.
No, sit back down.
if you take that personally every time that there's a quote unquote attack on you, you're not going to get anywhere in life. You're going to be constantly miserable. You're going to be constantly watching everyone else and what they can get away with,
Correct.
and in everybody else's business instead of worrying about the shit that you're doing and getting through your day without letting other people's shit bother you.
And
Correct.
if it's always someone else's fault, there's one common denominator there.
Hello.
And guess what it is?
Hello, it's you.
It's you.
It's
you.
fucking you. No matter how much you don't want to hear it, you're the problem.
Yes.
Period. You are the problem. Thank you. I digress. Moving on. What's this big giant cock on the fucking
Oh,
board?
you stole it. I was going to say you guys want to talk about cock.
I want to talk
A
about
cock on crank?
Oh, yes.
What does that say?
Crack.
Crack.
Cock. Cock
Same
and,
shit.
cock and crack.
Cock customers crank.
It says cock. Customers on crack.
So it's C.O.C. Cock or customers on crack.
Yes. Tell us about
So I personally get these quite a lot. It seems
that.
like,
You get customers on crack.
well, hypothetically speaking, metaphorically, excuse me.
No one knows what drug of choice
That
they
is true.
use.
That is very
however,
true.
Could be mental illness.
I was going to say you take enough Adderall and pretty much the same thing.
I need some
So-
of that. I hear you lose weight.
I've heard that too. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, it's because it's a fucking stimulant.
I want some.
Yeah. So, anyways, you're
Don't do
perfect.
drugs.
You're
You're
perfect the
beautiful.
way you
you.
are,
I love
Allie.
you.
You're perfect the way you are.
You.
I know we saw that earlier.
Yes. So,
What?
customers on crack.
Yeah. No.
Speaking of being a service advisor, you get a lot of these where
Cocks?
We just call them dicks, but
Oh, yeah, it's fair. Richards.
Sounds like I need to be a service advisor.
Satchel of Richards.
a lot of car lines, it's not really anything specific where you get, you know, crazier customers. But Mazda really seems to have like a high percentage in the market of these customers. And just the way that, you know, if your car does this and they freak the fuck out, or, you know, it's like, oh no, my CarPlay stopped working for 5 fucking seconds and now the car's a lemon. So it's stuff like that. But yeah, it's like,
I've been complaining about my CarPlay.
oh God. Have you swapped your cable?
Is your software up to date?
My software is up to date. I have swapped the cable. I have swapped the plug as well, but turns out I need an APIM anyway. So
The repair order lines can't go past Z, so you're gonna have to write a new repair order.
we're at AA, so we still have another
Oh my God.
several letters to go.
So, speaking specifically today about the customers on crack, they're the one specific kind of customer on crack that I'm talking about is the customer who comes in and it's like for a regular service, it's very, very low miles. The car's barely a year old and they come in super just cranked out of their minds, just like, you know, I need you to check the tires and the brakes and just to make sure that they're not grinding. And, you know, the tires have good tread and I'm going on a fucking trip and this is good. And I'll make sure my washer fluid is full. Yeah,
I'm sorry, that's what Ford customers sound like.
Oh my God, I don't know that I have a soundbite for that.
Yeah, but same thing, you know.
Oh, here's the sound. Did you hear that? That was my mic dropping.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fall on the floor.
Mike fall out of the chair. God damn it. Yes.
So, or, you know, things along the lines of, my car has 14,000 miles and my friend tell me that the belts are going to crack and fall off the pulley in the car and I'm going to start. And it's like, so,
wow.
Good turn.
That was good.
So it's pretty much all of that. So I had that one specific, and Allie got a slight taste of her at the end of the day picking up.
Oh,
And
she seemed fine to me.
She
was lovely.
See, this is the difference. This is the person who is on the back end of the dealership who doesn't see this up front. And I am right there. So, you know, and to begin with,
Maybe I'm just more of a people person than Jake.
and that's a fucking lie. But anyways, so when I first started off, I was innocent. I was like a beautiful butterfly. I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh, this person's lovely. They're so bubbly. The personality is wonderful. And now I'm like a wet moth, and I just want them to shut up. So anyway,
Visual. I just
A wet moth.
yeah, exactly. So hey, it got the point across.
It did. We all know Allie loves moths.
So when she first
wet moths.
when she
And
first
clowns.
came in, same thing, you know,
Wet
asking all those
clowns.
questions, wet clowns, asking all the questions, nothing, and you just want to be all like, ma'am, your car has 13,000 miles on it, and it's fine. And when she came back to pick up her car, it was the same thing. Now, my technicians are required to record their inspection of the whole entire vehicle. We send it to the customer. In there, you get to see the measurements up close and told to you. There's a little tiny spot there that shows it all written out just for whatever reason. If you can't watch the video or it doesn't play, whatever that is. And she comes in and she goes, Jake, how are the belts? How are the hoses? How are my tires? How's the brakes? I'm making noise. They must need replacement. Why didn't you tell me they need replacement?
wow, this bitch is strung out.
Yes. And she starts asking me these questions. And Allie is in the office and she's asking me these questions. I'm like, I already sent you the video. Everything's
Rapid
here.
fire.
Let me show you how to do it. All this. And then Allie and her lovely, beautiful soul decides to start talking to it. And
Bless her soul.
then she breaks
It
open.
being the customer.
I will call you in a second. It being the customer, and she starts starting conversation, and then she talks more, and then you're like, great, it's already 6 o'clock, and I'm not going to be able to leave here for another 15 minutes. And as I turn around after showing her how to use her phone, I mouth to Allie, "Shut up! Stop talking to her."
Everything you're
So
doing
we
is
can
bad.
go.
I want you to know.
Sorry that I was trying to be nice to a person, and also
Diffuse the
Jake
situation.
would not have felt this way if it was 4:30.
Correct.
If it wasn't 5:59, it would have been fine.
I hate customers that pick up with 30 seconds till closing.
Yeah, those customers are assholes.
It's like, why you got to do that?
But shit happens sometimes.
Then pick it up at 7:30 in the morning. It must not be that important that you need your car. If you can wait to the wire, then you should be able to wait till the next morning to pick up your car.
Indeed.
Honestly, that is how I feel.
Oh my god, it's time. Mikey has to pee.
I'm gonna come.
It's time to take a tinkle.
Mikey's got to go a little tilly.
He's got to drop a deuce and drain the juice.
Oh no.
So none of that is accurate. We're actually going to take some time to thank our sponsors.
And take a couple shots.
Well, yes, also.
Indeed. Thank you to Travis Ferris. Distributing.
And Bruce Vane for making the song you're listening to right now.
And Nick Lowridge for all the sweet tools to fix your vehicle.
From Matco.
Ray Moon, El Ranchito Taco Shop.
Good job.
In
From
Lake
Lake
Elsinore, California.
Yeah.
Get your thick, creamy guac.
Dale Follett for all of our IT needs.
Computers suck.
Nomenclature just for fun.
Metalworks.
Metal work.
We'll be right back.
Hi, Mike Serra here from Customer States. If you're searching for the highest quality additives, lubricants, or cleaners for your automotive, heavy equipment, agricultural, or industrial machinery needs, look no further than the Justice Brothers line of products. From lubing your chainsaw, performing a complete fuel system treatment and decarb service on a customer's vehicle, keeping that forklift forking and lifting, or just need a can of that famous JB80 penetrant to persuade a rusty bolt, Justice Brothers has you covered. Travis Ferris of Hit Distributing is not only Southern California's authorized Justice Brothers distributor, but also a great friend of mine. Over the years, Travis has helped me and my dealership with anything and everything we need, including all the lines of Justice Brothers products and even equipment to perform the various services we may need for our specific application. HIT stands for honesty, integrity, and trust. So you know when you contact Travis, that's exactly what you'll get. That, combined with Justice Brothers supplying superior quality automotive products since the 1940s and 75 years in the racing industry, you will have absolutely everything at your disposal to get the job done. Justice Brothers is proudly made in the USA, and they have a satisfaction guarantee or your money back. Justice Brothers has the best quality products over any other competitor, and they'll gladly tell you that themselves. If you live in the Southern California area, call my man Travis Ferris at 805-208-7818. And if you don't, call him anyway and tell him I said thanks. And visit justicebrothers.com to learn more about their complete line of products. Justice Brothers, America's brand for quality.
This is why it's a good podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed. Indubitably.
Guess what, guys? We're back from the podcast. Here we are. We're gonna do it right now. No, right now. You were supposed to cut it.
What? Why?
Jim.
Right now.
No, it finishes on its own, bitch.
They never finish on their own.
It always finishes on its own.
Well, it's a little bit of work.
Welcome.
Jacob.
Welcome back to Customer States.
I'm gonna come.
He's
Do
gonna
not come.
I
Wow.
arrive.
What was it?
Ow!
Wow, that's a lot of words. Too bad I ain't reading them.
So good.
So welcome back to Customer States. Thank you to Nick and Raymond and Travis Ferris and everybody else. I'm not going to go through it. You heard it about 5 seconds ago.
And Charles.
Unless you skipped it. Realistically,
Million
Well,
times.
if Charles is out there and wants to donate to us, he's more than welcome to.
Just thank you for listening, Charles.
And we'll
We
talk
really
about
appreciate
Charles
you.
as well. But until he donates, we're not going to talk about Charles.
he owns a chocolate factory.
Oh.
Oh, no. He was in a chocolate factory.
No,
ended up owning-
Willie operated it first, and then
It
Gave
became
it to
Charles.
Charles.
Right.
Charles. Yeah.
So we're back.
Welcome
and
to our automotive podcast.
yes.
With all the tangents.
That we also talk about candies and pockets for candies for the cuties.
And some popcorn.
No.
We all flow down here, Georgie.
You know what? Someone stole my cat the other day.
What? Who stole your pussy?
No, but that's going to stay for next week.
Someone stole her pussy.
You see how it says break and we do it afterwards?
It's not detachable on my end.
Detachable penis.
The cat story is going to
Beef
occur.
curtains.
I really wanted to know about it.
No.
Yes.
Actually,
Piss
hold on.
Matt.
Well, I would
Stop it.
love to talk about it right now. However, there are things developing almost currently as we speak. So there's more to the story than I had originally.
Stay tuned.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Than I had originally anticipated. However,
When was the last update you have? Because my understanding is done.
well, it's funny that it's done because I haven't done any repairs on the vehicle.
Yeah, but parts have been ordered. We're moving forward. It's done. It's paid for.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
No. You're overanalyzing again.
I'm
It's
going to
fine.
need you to come in on Saturday.
No, we're going to talk about this right now.
Right now.
Right?
So-
The customer's
we
not.
have a crazy customer amongst many crazy customers, but this one's a little extra
One
crazy.
of the crazy customers.
He is a crazy customer, and he has a reputation of being a crazy customer. So much so, there are notes on his file. He came to us by gracious donation of Mr. Shepherd's pie. Robert Shepherd sent him our way. Thanks a lot, Robert.
Thanks, Robert.
Thanks, Bobby.
And this customer
Roberto.
has been into us.
Robert.
Wait, hold on. God damn it, Bobby.
God damn it, Bobby.
I'm going to go down to the Taco Bell and get myself a So are we talking about the cat or are we talking about my raise?
We're talking about the
talking
cat, then
about
your
meow.
raise.
Fair enough.
And so he's been a problem for quite some time. He's been in for several repairs, and he's always an asshole, and he needs his truck now.
Meow, 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 meow.
Everything's always under warranty. And excuse me, I'm so sorry about that. This last week that he came into the dealership for
We didn't crack.
a couple. Oh, we didn't.
We are almost
you.
5 minutes into this episode. We
did
have
we
not
miss-
cracked
It's a
yet.
late crack.
sorry.
1, 2, 3, explode.
Ko, I blame
Please don't
you.
hold.
No, Koa. Stop.
I have arrived.
I was actually thirsty.
Anyways, this last
Eddie
week
gaze.
he came into hi.
Any gays?
Sorry.
Stop apologizing.
Hey, girl, hey.
He came in this last week for a
Wow,
couple
that's a lot
concerns.
of words.
He did came.
And
He did came?
last week.
He did came in this last week.
I
Hashtag something else.
I'm sorry. I have this. I have to stop this whole thing. That Yoda stuff that y'all were doing last week was great. I was losing my stuff in the
I
studio.
hope our listeners were as well.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
Come my pants, I will.
I said stop. I said
No,
stop.
you gotta wait till Mike takes a drink and then do it.
Yeah, so he can shower us.
Great. So I'm gonna spit all
You
over the
like that, wouldn't
soundboard.
you?
I'm gonna get my facial from Mikey after all. Thank you. Hashtag something about. So he was in this past week for some concerns, and when apparently, allegedly, when he picked up his truck, he came back very irate that we had or somebody did while it was being stored at the dealership overnight, cut into his catalytic converter.
So
We need to pay for it.
So he had picked up his truck, drove it to his house a distance away, then left it at his house for an hour and a half in his timeline that he told us, then drove it up to Monterey and back and realized that his catalytic converter was missing.
Wouldn't you know if it was missing? Like, wouldn't things happen? Hey, what happened?
In his
gets
words,
very loud.
in his words, he said, "Well, you wouldn't notice it because it's a diesel truck."
The fuck you wouldn't. Oh, he also has a custom exhaust on that truck, so it's loud already.
The truck was loud. It does have like a Banks stupid exhaust kit on it,
Catback.
and it is a diesel truck. And in all honesty, with the cat removed from the vehicle, unless you're driving the vehicle like an idiot, with your foot to the floor all the time, you really can't hear it. It just sounds like it's got the exhaust kit on it because you can see the giant muffler tip on the back. You didn't think anything of it. So
He wants to see your muffler tip.
yeah, so the customer is accusing us of stealing his catalytic converter or or having the
Saying
theft
that it was
occur
stolen on
our property. And so immediately the service manager gets on it and says, like, well, we already, she reaches out to the because we have a ton of security cameras on the property, and so she reaches out to the company and they review all the cameras, and like, we've tracked this truck all the way around the dealership. Nothing happened to this vehicle while it was here, and a technician drove it. It had a multi-point inspection done on it. It was driven up through this, like, the middle of the shop into the service drive and delivered to the customer, and the customer drove it home.
And that's not going to set off a light or anything either, would it?
Well, it may potentially not, or may set off a light.
With all the sensors on that exhaust system, it would.
The way that the customer was complaining about it is like, it was very obvious that the cat was cut off of it.
Yeah.
In no way, shape, or form was that done at our dealership.
I mean, it happened, just not with us.
It for sure happened. The customer brought it back, after much, argument and conversation over the phone. It was like, look at that, sir, it does not matter this way or that way. Like, if your catalytic converter was cut off your truck, then you should bring it back to our dealership. We are already in the process of reviewing the footage, but we need to view the vehicle to see what actually happened to your vehicle. Could not be a broken cat or whatever. So sure enough, the thing gets customer brings it back in, and cat's gone, cut all the way off, and the customer was under the vehicle and is, I'm using air quotes liberally, but the customer is savvy about vehicles.
Yes.
And notices that a bracket was cut off and was wondering how hard it is to replace that bracket. Well, unfortunately, that bracket is only part of the frame.
Nice.
So we're not replacing the frame.
And we're not into the frame.
No, we're not ordering a frame to cut that bracket off the vehicle. It's only serviced with the frame. So you
need a new car.
You're gonna live without the bracket.
You're gonna live without the bracket. Thank you, Eric. Yeah. So
that's in a nutshell. The customer's crazy, basically.
Yeah, you got a cock.
He tried to. I was there with the service manager when we were talking to the customer, and he was trying to tell us, like, well, I picked it up from the dealership and, this problem wasn't there. And then I drove it home and this problem was there all of a sudden. So you didn't stop to think that at any point in time during the hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever that you left it at your house, that this could have happened. Your truck was locked up in our property, covered by surveillance. We had the surveillance team look through the cameras. It wasn't done at our dealership. We understand this is a horrible time and a horrible thing for you. But unfortunately, it's not, like, it didn't happen at the dealership. We have video evidence of that.
When your lube techs were changing my oil, they stole my cat at the same time.
There's a guy with a hacksaw. He's over there cutting the cats off.
That's it right there.
I wish you weren't so awkward, bud.
Yeah, well, that was a little bit awkward telling the guy, like, he tried to tell us, like, but my service manager was very good and said, well, this is kind of a situation where you need to call your insurance company and have them, come out and take a claim on the vehicle. Well, how come you just can't use your insurance company?
Excuse me? Did you not just hear the words that left our mouth?
Because we didn't do anything to you. It didn't happen on our lot. It wasn't anything like that, so.
And anyways, on the back of the RO, it states, anything that happens on our
damage,
lot
blah,
is
blah.
not our responsibility.
Yeah. But if
we
a theft
own up to that,
if a theft or a damage did occur on our lot, then of course we're gonna help out with that. Right. We went through all the processes. We had all the security cameras searched and checked and everything like that, and there was no movement around his vehicle during any time that it was at the dealership, other than when it was being worked on. Right. So
pretty soon Jake is going to have to be dealing with issues like that, aren't you, Jakey?
I is.
Yeah, with your new promotion. Promotion you have.
Promotion I have.
Yeah. Congratulations, my friend.
Manage your customers, I will.
Yep, so proud of you.
So
you deserved it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So first off, I want to thank Kerr. Because Kier. So Kier. So Kier stuck his neck out for me and realized knowing me for a very short period of time, just what he's heard from the podcast and everything, that he realized my worth and he offered me a position, and that was fantastic. And I got basically right to the finish line with going to work with Kier. And during this, my current...
Like, it literally wouldn't have happened without the podcast.
Probably not. So, and, you know, right before crossing over the finish line and, you know, going over to a different dealership, my current dealer jumped and they were all like, no, we can't lose you. And they offered me a pay plan that was very
Generous.
was very generous,
A heavy stipend.
very comparable.
Ooh.
And I
You're
also
welcome.
have to thank Alex, because he also, you know, stepped up to bat for me, and so that was really nice of him. So at one point my title will be changed to assistant manager once a couple of things happen.
That's fucking hot.
So
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
it makes me want a hot dog real bad. So it'll be assistant.
You choked on the hot dog.
I did. So
It's just one of those days.
It's called inexperience.
correct. So part of me is sad that I didn't get to, you know, go and experience that
New
with
ventures.
exactly new adventures. But
Could have
at-
had a Jeep.
At the well, hopefully if I hit up Kier, maybe they have e-plans or e-pins, and maybe I can get a good deal on a Jeep. Kier, can I get a good deal on a Jeep? So, but you know, everything works out for a reason, and they, you know, the owner of my place, you know, kind of got teary-eyed, and he gave me a hug, and he was glad that I was staying. So I'm glad that I'm being, you know, realized. And, you know, Alex was like, you know, I really can't do this without you. So that was nice. But so I'm getting compensated quite a lot more than I was. So I am very happy with that.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Seriously, like you know, it's hard to. We talked about this like ad nauseum, and it's really hard to go away from something that you know that you're comfortable with, and I don't even know how else to describe it. You know, you're comfortable with it, and there's no reason to try and change something that you're comfortable with. If
And
there's no need to.
and Kier is probably one of the nicest people I've ever met. Dude,
is.
super down to earth,
And it very
holds no grudge.
well may have turned out either way.
Correct. Oh, easy.
Well, and Jake was
They could have told
asking
me to kick rocks.
He was telling me I'm just not sure if I made the right decision, because it's such a big decision.
There's
It's
I
one
don't
of
I
those
don't I don't
things
believe
that
that there's a right decision.
Yeah.
honestly.
Well,
It's
and
like,
that's-
Well, he made the right decision for him.
Well, and like I told Allie when I said, I don't know if I made the right decision, I'm like, that's actually wrong. It's too early to tell if I'm comfortable where I'm at. So yeah, I'm like, what's done is done. I'm happier now than I was. That's all that matters.
and that's literally what it comes down to. And you and I talked about this for a bit, and you know, it's like you always know the technician or the service advisor or the manager or whatever that's always chasing the other dealership and looking for that extra $1 an hour, and
Right.
it doesn't always work out like that. You know, sure, you may get, you know, a couple bucks an hour more,
Right.
but
Next time, Eric, I promise I'll call you, babe.
Okay. Promises.
Promise.
that's it. Promises. Okay.
Keep moving.
Promises.
Oh, God. So, moving on from the Jake Hour. Fighting.
Well, you're
I
right.
want to do electric turbo.
Okay, so
Okay, so-
Allie's going to talk about the electric
Allie's
boogaloo.
gonna ask a car question.
Oh,
Okay,
God.
I love this.
Okay, so
Welcome to everybody's favorite show, Allie Asks a Car Question.
Yeah, I automatically love this.
It's a new segment.
we were driving down the road and I saw one of the Porsche
Take hands.
Taycan.
Apparently it's pronounced Taycan.
Taycan.
Oh, okay.
And it said
Potato.
Taycan Turbo S. The Taycan is an electric vehicle.
With the turbo.
So in my mind,
She looks
a
at me and she's
turbo-
like, how does that work?
And then Jake's explaining it, and I'm like, no, you cannot have it.
I'm all like-
there is no special apparatus.
I'm like-
You are correct.
I'm all,
So why don't they just call it the Taycan Max or super fast or
Because no one would
Coming
buy a
to a
car
show.
called the Taycan Super Fast.
I think I would.
just might.
Especially a Porsche.
Yeah.
Oh, Super
Coming to a
Performante.
dealership
Oh,
near
wait.
you. Taycan super fast.
So electric turbo. What the fuck? What is it? Explain.
No, stupid. That's not a thing.
Okay, it is kind of.
I wanted to.
Yeah. So when she looked up the video when I was explaining it to her, it is usually it's usually driven by a drive shaft that usually is on its. This one with the Taycan, how it works is it is from the battery. It's powered. It turns an inverter that turns a drive shaft that turns the turbo. That somehow adds in more power to the actual car battery.
So the video, okay, sorry.
It's
so
weird.
the video that we watched was about electric turbos, which is something
brought up the
different
Taycan, though.
than a turbo for an electric vehicle.
But they brought up the Taycan.
Right. But they were talking about like how the turbo is powered by like from the battery. It's an electric turbo. That's its own thing.
So in an electric vehicle, there is nothing that a turbocharger is going to be able to do.
Correct.
So I have seen electric turbochargers as like a gimmick.
There's no
Product.
exhaust to power
There's
the turbo.
Thank you,
is-
Ali.
Oh, you're so
Very
smart.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
shit.
Hashtag done
you.
a good job.
Who the fuck taught you that?
Clever girl.
Fucking YouTube Academy. Thank you very much.
That is not true. I taught you first.
No, I know turbocharger versus supercharger and how those work.
And
So
Procharger.
because I'm not familiar with Porsche and their line of vehicles, I can only imagine that if they're calling some electric vehicle the turbo version, it can
Probably
only
the super fast one.
yeah, it can only mean that it's like got a special capacitor
That's
in it
fucking
that
false
launches it.
motherfucking
No,
advertising.
no.
It's not a turbo.
Turbo does not mean turbocharger. If you have a dishwasher and it's got a turbo cycle for cleaning,
It's a fast
it doesn't mean
cycle.
that it turbocharges your dishes and
It ain't
stuff.
got no gas in it.
You know,
What,
and
that,
it's
you know
just
what?
like-
That's your answer. What is an electric turbo? It ain't got no gas in it.
That's fair.
Okay, that is actually fair. That is actually fair. That's pretty good.
I think it's ran by the Flum-Float.
Can we stop that? Oh wait,
Flum-Float
is that the
on
title for this
capacity.
episode?
Flum-Float.
It's got to be
Flum-Float.
it's got to be Flum-Float and the other thing that you wrote down from earlier.
No, it's
No
just scribble.
flums
I'll have
float
to
down
get
here,
it.
Georgie.
We should make that a soundbite.
So realistically, looking up what that does for the Taycan,
It's just
is
faster.
Taken.
the battery that turns on the vehicle operates a drive shaft that then turns this turbo that then powers a capacitor that recharges the battery.
Sounds like my Saturday night.
No,
I'm sorry,
No,
this
that doesn't. That like
That's what it does, though. Apparently, that's
you're-
that is their electric turbo. That is their example.
My love, we watched two videos. You are conflating the two together.
No,
Okay.
who has a better memory?
Explain.
Who has
Explain.
who has better memory in this relationship?
Mansplain it, Ali.
So there were two videos that we watched.
Mm-hmm.
One was specifically about the Taycan, in which they explained that it was fast, and they did not mention a special apparatus
Wrong.
in which you would call a turbo,
Wrong.
because it's not a fucking thing.
Wrong.
It's just fast.
Wrong.
It's
you
just
are.
faster than the other ones.
Well, when this episode is over, I'm going to do some research.
What's the matter, Billy?
So
Scared to be wrong, Billy?
Why are you
I
Billy?
fucking quit.
Why are you Billy?
Why are you Billy?
Who's
it's,
Billy?
It's a meme.
Oh.
It's a stupid thing. Anyways,
We're gonna make the whole world deaf with all of your screams.
I don't believe that there's a turbo on the
Taycan.
electric vehicle.
it's just
It is
a
not. It
badging.
is not a real turbo.
There's no such thing as a motherfucking well, that's not true. There is actually an
Marketing,
electric turbo in
bitch.
which I explained it to you. And I watched this video about how electric turbos actually are a thing, but they're for gas vehicles and they run off of its own battery power and is it really doing
And
anything?
those don't
because
work. They don't work. It doesn't do anything. Yeah.
It all comes out in the wash type of thing.
VTech, bitch.
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
No, that's completely different, and we don't have enough time today to talk about that. All you Honda owners out there can get
But it's
There it is.
Did you hear the VTEC kick in? Just listen for the VTEC to kick in.
24 valve DOHC.
I loved listening to my VTech kick in back in the
What does
day.
that stand for?
Dual overhead carb. Correct?
No.
Dual overhead cam.
Yeah.
Sorry, cam, not carb, cam.
Carb.
My brain goes to
1972.
So
I was just going to
Listeners.
say my brain went to my old car.
Listeners, hot take. What do you think about? Oh, this is gonna be the fucking poll. Is an electric turbo
Real.
No, that's not
No,
the
the
poll,
answer is no.
Would you buy?
no?
Would you? Okay, then.
No,
Would you buy?
no, hold on.
Would you buy an electric vehicle with a turbo tag for for the higher price point?
Is it worth it?
Yes.
I'd like to think all of our listeners are not stupid, so they would not buy a electric vehicle labeled turbo for a higher price point.
Well, some of our listeners are customers, so they might.
And how dare you call our listeners stupid?
No, I said they weren't stupid.
You said, I hope our customers aren't stupid.
listeners.
Which is implying.
Speaking of listeners and customers, I think we have listener mail.
Oh, we do. Actually, Eric, that's fantastic. That's actually pretty funny.
Because this rustling of papers
Here, I'll do it again
is
for you, Ellie.
not only a listener,
Wow, that's a lot of words.
a consumer, and customer.
John,
So I kind of have to preface this by
Yeah.
saying
What's the story behind
Spill
that?
the tea, bitch.
I hate that saying.
Spill the tea.
I did not
Spill the tea.
I did not correct
spill the
this
tea.
email at all except for one
Couple of
thing
bitches.
normally when we have listener mail, I go through and I correct grammar and punctuation, things like that, just to make it flow
Which is
concisely.
amazing
You
that a
mean-
tech can do that.
You mean Michaelize it?
Yeah.
He Michaelizes it.
To make it flow concisely when one of us reads it.
Call
However, I did not
Michelangelo.
do that for
I'm
this
just kidding, Tex. I love you.
for a specific reason. And
Michelangelo.
this so it's maybe Sunday, it's like Sunday morning, and I get an email and it comes through like a notification on my phone, and I see this email and I'm looking at the name. I don't recognize the name, and I click on the email and I realize that it's like somebody asking me about like, oh hey, I road tested with you at the dealership and you didn't have we didn't find any issues with it, blah blah. Red flags go up immediately, and I'm like, how did this person get my personal email? How are they contacting me? This is Sunday. I really don't give two shits about it. Let's talk about it on Monday. Anyway, so we are going to read this listener mail because it is a listener mail, and it was given to me.
Well, this is fucking hilarious. I'm skimming through this. And this is so
I haven't read it yet. I haven't read it
Oh
yet.
my
I'm
god!
trying to build up to it.
I want to read the first paragraph.
This is gonna.
I want to read
I want to
the
read the
second
first
paragraph.
paragraph. Oh my god!
I will just listen this time.
I didn't realize how to respond to this until after the fact, but I also was very confused as how to a customer got my personal email until I realized that I had given my personal email on business cards.
Not your work email, your personal email.
My personal email on the
Nothing
business
is
cards.
fucked.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, thank you, Jake.
You're welcome.
But yeah, so that's going to be something that's going to change real soon. So without further ado, I would like to introduce an actual listener mail from a customer emailing me in the dealership environment. So without further ado,
John
here we go.
the customer.
John is a customer. Woo.
From John the customer. Hi, Mike. I own a white 2021 F-150, and we spoke in January about my clunky gears shifting rough. We went on a road test together and did not experience any issues. Red flag number 1. After that day, I continued to experience rough shifting between 2nd and 7th gear.
All of those gears.
It gets better. Mind you, it's a 10-speed transmission.
Oh, cool.
During 4th and 5th gear is the most common occurrence. I figured out that it is always, oh my God, that it always happens on a cold start when I leave my house in the morning. It also happens when it's warm.
Okay, so it happens all the time.
Happens all the time.
Yes, that's the point. I notice it every time I stop for a short period of time, for example, stopping by the store. After I leave, it happens again. Anytime I start driving after the truck has been sitting for a while is when it mainly happens. Also, when slowing down or speeding up to merge into traffic, the gears are shifting terribly. So, at all times,
Yes.
it sounds like Jesus Christ.
And again, this is an email given to me.
This guy's an idiot.
Issue number 2. Driving in 4A. Or, what does that mean?
Yes, 4A is automatic four-wheel drive.
Okay, or 4H is 4 high.
Yes.
I experienced a very loud bang or clunking noise that is very concerning coming from the front of the vehicle. I do have a video from my dash cam of the loud noise that I can show you. Sounds like someone crashed into me, but there were no cars around me.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
These issues are very concerning given the age of the vehicle. These issues make driving the truck uncomfortable and worrisome because I drive this truck every day with 2 babies in the back seat. I want to make sure the truck is safe and reliable. Please let me know when we can resolve this issue. I appreciate your help. Thank you, John, the customer.
Oh, this guy's a fucking idiot. Please tell me you didn't respond to this email.
Not only did I respond to the email, but I also called the customer
And told him to suck a dick.
Well, so the issue was, first of all,
Don't be emailing me on my personal email.
Well, that's his fault. I'm sorry.
It is his fault, but
no,
it's still funny.
totally my fault.
It's still funny.
It
but
is.
the biggest thing was like, what do you mean you're driving in like 4-wheel drive?
Yeah, why are you driving in
And
4-wheel drive on pavement?
With your babies in the car.
So I asked him, I'm like,
That must mean he
when
puts it in
were you
sport
in
mode.
4-wheel drive that you were experiencing these concerns, like in Mojave or like whatever? Oh no, well I was just driving around my neighborhood to
Driving to the safe way.
make sure 4-wheel drive worked. It
It,
specifically says in your owner's manual to not operate 4-wheel drive mode at all at any point in times over dry pavement, hard packed surfaces, things like that. So I just
Stupid.
Stupid.
I'm
All of
just
his
blinking.
concerns were non-existent, and so I called him and I told him it's because it took a bit to get to that point, and I said, when are you experiencing these popping and clicking noises? Like, when were you in 4-wheel drive? Where were you at? I want to go off-roading, blah blah, just like making small talk. Oh well, I was just driving around my neighborhood and I just want to make sure the 4-wheel drive worked. You cannot drive in 4-wheel drive in your neighborhood. Hard packed surfaces, pavement, asphalt, stuff like that. Like the
it's not meant for that.
it for sure it is not meant for that. And I told him flat out, you will destroy your vehicle
Wrong.
if you use that in these circumstances. But the issue was that this vehicle had about 4,000 miles on it.
Did you just tell him to wait until the electric turbo kicked in?
It negates all the other issues, quote unquote.
I told him to let me know when there's a real issue that's occurring with the vehicle, because I had already driven with him when the vehicle was at 2,000 miles and there was no issues with it. And guess what, man? Your vehicle
probably
is
the
brand
driver.
new and there's nothing wrong with it. Please enjoy your vehicle. But I think that was a very interesting listener mail.
Daddy Vic has one of those trucks.
Hi, Daddy Vic.
Oh, no, it's not the same truck.
No, the
It's not a 2021 F-150.
Well, no,
It's not a power boost.
Power Boost. There you go.
Do it. Say hi to Daddy Vic.
Hey, Daddy Vic.
Daddy Vic.
Hi, Daddy Vic.
Ew, God. Don't do that
Is he
again.
not into that?
No, definitely
No
not.
more. Hey, Daddy Vic.
Ooh, that
Hey,
did it
Daddy
for him. Ooh, he might like that. On that note, thank you to all of our listeners so
And
much
our
for putting up with our
sponsors.
bullshit.
Yeah, this was.
That's
a
Allie's nickname, by the way.
tangent
So thank you for putting up with Allie.
It's not fair.
It's not fair at all.
Always a cute little baby.
Oh, he was talking about the dog, by the way, not me.
No, he was talking about the dog.
Her poor ears so effed up.
Our listeners can reach us at customerstatespodcast@gmail.com, which also happens to be our PayPal. If you would like to so graciously donate to the cause of our alcoholism, you know, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Travis Ferris from Hit Distributing, providing us with Justice Brothers products. Nick Lowridge from Matco Tools. Ray Moon from El Ranchito Taco Shop and his creamy guac out in Lake Elsinore, California. Whoop, 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 whoop. Thank you to Dale Follett for all of our IT needs. Norman Glazier from Stovokor Metalworks.
Metalworks.
STOVOKOR Metalworks. Underscore. You're right. I forgot the underscore. My bad. I was doing so well.
Metal Works.
Thank you
Look
to
at who did
Norman
their
Glazier.
Yes.
We love Norman Glazier and all his. Oh wait, that was
Oh, yeah. But
Jean-Luc.
where can we follow Dale?
Jean-Luc.
Tyler.
Bruce Vane.
Bruce
Vane.
Vane from all these fucking amazing jams. Thank you so much. We vibe to these every week.
Oh, God.
If you would like to be our 8th follower on TikTok, our TikTok is at Customer States Podcast.
We need to tick the talkers.
Tick my talk. Kevin!
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin! Hello. And with that, we say,
Love you.
Love you.
Kevin, say love you.
he turned himself into a pickle.
Love you.
Hi, this is Mike Sarah from Customer States. Matco Tools is one of the best tool companies in the industry, and Nick Lowridge is one of the best Matco tool distributors. Nick can get me anything I need for the shop or for at home. From oil drain pans to beef jerky, Nick's got what I need on tap. Nick works in the Thousand Oaks, California area, and you too can get whatever you need by calling him at 805-796-7323. And if you're not in that area, call him anyway and tell him you heard about him from the Customer States podcast. And then you can hop on to matcotools.com and find a Matco Tools distributor near you. Matco Tools. Service, trust, results.